Hi there, this is Parshat Vaetchanan. This is part 2. Moshe is teaching us how to pray, and now we get one of the final arguments that Moshe gives, very creative, based on the laws of a slave, right? Moshe is called an Eved Hashem, so Moshe says, hey, if I'm an Eved, we know that an Eved has a right to say, I want to stay, I love my master, I want to stay with him, I want to stay for life. So he gets his ears pierced. So Moshe tries that argument, but God, alas, does not accept it. And now God does something beautiful, and that is God is gently showing Moshe how to accept death, a very important part of end-of-life prayer, and how to do so. So Moshe comes up with a new argument and says, what if, I've transferred all my powers to my student, Yeshua. What if I just become a simple student in Yeshua's yeshiva and stay in the back of the room? And God says, yes, I agree to this. So Moshe goes to the back of the room and he listens to a shir that Yeshua gives, and sure enough, he doesn't understand the word he's hearing. And people at the end of the lecture come up to Moshe and say, wow, I didn't see you here in the back. Can you explain to me the shir? There are parts of it I didn't get. And Moshe has to say, I didn't get any of it. Now Moshe comes to God and says, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. So Hashem has done beautiful chesed and gently, as I said, showing Moshe, giving him the will to go. And that was the answer to his prayers. So then you get to the sort of beautiful love story part at the end where, I'll read you in English. It says, in the hour has arrived to depart the world. Moshe said to the nation of Israel, I have caused you much grief over the Torah and over the commandments, but now forgive me. The Jewish people say to him, O Lord, our master, you are forgiven. Israel arose before him and said, O Moshe, our master, we have angered you a lot and increased the burden upon you. Forgive us. He said to them, you are forgiven. So it's sort of like perhaps something that a parent and child would hope to achieve in their lifetime, and if not, at least at the end of their lifetime, where they forgive each other, and each one realizes what each did to each other. And then at the end, it's even more dramatic, as here you have Moshe arguing all this time to get into Eretz Yisrael, and he's rebuffed. And when God sort of wins the argument, and Moshe is dying, now the tables are turned, and God is now the one who's crying and saying, what am I going to do without Moshe? Who's going to save my people? Who's going to argue for them? What am I going to do without Moshe? So it's a very beautiful love story at the end, and of course it teaches us this, as I said, this beautiful idea of accepting death. Have a great Shabbos.